merong homework, may ginagawa, may seatwork yung mga students. CR ako. So, just going to the CR.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the boot camp for grown-ups in progress.
Camp Confidence! Hello, mga madam, and welcome back to another episode. And this one, it's gonna be quick, easy. I hope you guys have your notepads out because today it's Book Recommendations Day. Sponsored by Goodreads.
In time.
Ay, sana nga. We wish, but kahit nawala yun, tinulungan pa rin kami ng Goodreads because we are going through our updated recommendations list for our fiction and, of course, self-help books for 2024. Yung list ko, I don't know with you, madam, but yung list ko kasi comes from my 2023 read list.
Okay, yeah, I think same.
Yeah, okay.
Same.
So ito yung mga pinagbabasa namin ng 2023 na ngayon, i-share namin sa inyo.
Okay.
So without further ado.
Umpisahan natin sa
yung light lang.
Romance or fiction.
Yeah, kasi, napag-usapan namin to ni Nina dun sa YouTube channel ko. What helped her move on from her last relationship was romance books.
Really?
Yes, because dun nga na-realize na, meron palang passionate love. I need that. I want that.
Dapat pala inaalagaan ako.
Oo. So, ayun. Parang ako rin, I don't know. I think sa akin medyo hindi siya masyado helpful kasi sobrang tumaas yung standards ko na I don't know if ma-reach ng ibang tao. But it's also because I grew up reading novels and romance books. That's why. But your recommendation ko for today is actually not so idealistic kind of love story, but this is an author. I have an author that I want to recommend, and that is Taylor Jenkins Reid.
7 Husbands.
Yes, exactly. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And honestly, that is the gateway book to Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is an amazing author. And after nyo basahin yung 7 Habits of 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. The 7H. But anyway, so yung book na yon, it's about a powerful woman. It's about somebody who owns her beauty, her power, her wealth. And it's inspiring. It's a love story still, but it's a different kind of love story. So, yun. And anything na sinulat ni Taylor Jenkins Reid, there's Carrie Soto is back. It's about a tennis player who was once in her prime and is coming back to play, I don't know, was it Wimbledon? But anyway, ayun. Tapos anything that's written by her, grabe, ang bilis talaga magbasa. As in, page turner talaga.
Tsaka it's really, parang hindi mo maibababa yung book. Parang it's very well written to a point na parang you are so hooked.
Yeah.
Yung 7 Husbands, siguro parang tinapos ko lang siya 2 days.
It was so easy to read because it was so good.
Ako naman, reco ko, romance fiction is, ito, It Ends With Us.
Colleen Hoover.
Yes. Tinapos ko siya 9 hours lang, madam.
Talaga?
I was planning to make it, parang, usually kasi yung reading time ko is before sleeping. Yan yung pampaantok ko. Parang I'm in my Kindle, tapos antokin na ako. Isa to sa mga books na hindi ako natulog. Oh my God. I was reading it Sunday night. Tapos, hindi ako pumasok the next day kasi puyat ako. Parang, Thai team, sorry, on leave po ako ngayon. Kasi this ends with me. So, yun siya, It Ends With Us. Parang rin siya. It's a book na, ang ganda, very well written din siya. To a point na, yun nga, obviously, hindi ko po siya nababa for 9 hours.
Talaga.
So, natapos ako parang,
this is Colleen Hoover, right?
Yeah. I started around 9 p.m. kasi nga 10 p.m. ang sleeping time ko.
Yeah.
Natapos ako 6 a.m. na. Oh my God.
Colleen Hoover, she's another author. And actually, recently, during the pandemic, nag-boom siya on TikTok. And the thing is, medyo mixed yung reviews niya sa TikTok because people are like, syempre, especially yung mga people na sobrang well-read, ang dami nila nako-compare ng books, ganyan. They say na parang Colleen Hoover's style of writing is this, that. But I have to say, Colleen Hoover is the kind of author that if you're starting to read pa lang and you want to get into the habit of reading, ang bilis rin, kasi ang catchy and yung pace ng stories niya, ang bilis.
Yeah.
So, as a reader, it's quite easy to get into it. And mahuhook ka talaga dun sa plot niya. And if you want to get into the habit of reading and you like romance, try Colleen Hoover. Because ako rin, like, naubos ko yun. Pero kasi recent, diba? Ang recently published, siguro in the last 4 years, yung This Ends With Us.
Oo ba?
I think medyo, it's one of the
Not sure. I haven't researched that. Pero parang, my sister actually recommended it, si Louie. Parang sabi niya, ate, try mo, It Ends With Us. Tapos parang I'm actually looking at checking Hopeless also.
Is this your first Colleen Hoover?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My favorite was Slammed. Well, that was the first one. Kasi that's the one that got me into it. Kasi may spoken word poetry. Tapos dun ako parang,
kasi ako, madam, mas more on the sci-fi powers kind of fiction book ako na parang the ninja assassins,
walang
mga
hindi ko alam na may ganun yun.
ganon.
May ganun yun?
As alin?
Yung It Ends With Us?
Ay, hindi, wala.
Okay.
Kasi parang more, si Louie kasi parang mas more on romance fiction siya. Ako, mas more sci-fi, mga, powers, aliens, ganon.
Have you read ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses?
Not yet. Pero ako, I'm more on mga Warded Man, ni Peter Brett, mga ganon. Puro parang Warded Man, mga powers.
Powers to.
Sige nga.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
take note of that.
This is also, again, widely debated. But for me, A Court of Thorns and Roses, that series, nako, bumili ako diba ng Kobo. I think I was in Spain when I was reading this. Dinownload ko lahat. And then, naubos ko siya agad. Tapos, meron pang time, madam. Meron akong, kasi I was a teacher in Spain. Merong homework, may ginagawa, may seat work yung mga students. CR ako. Sabi ko, just going to the CR. Nagbabasa ako sa CR kasi hindi ko talaga siya mababasa. Like, ano mangyayari? Grabe
which
talaga,
reminds me, oh my
ko.
gosh, way back high school, syempre Harry Potter yan.
Harry Potter. I never read it. Yeah, I never read Harry Potter because I think when it came out, it was so thick and intimidating, and all the smart kids were reading it. And at that point, I thought I wasn't smart, so I just never got into it. And then napanood ko na yung movies. And then, nung napanood ko na movies, ayoko na basahin yung books. Yeah, I tried to read it. I finished the first book, I think, pero hindi ko tinapos lahat. Kasi alam mo na mangyayari. So, ayun. I'm not really a Potterhead.
Talaga? Oh gosh. Yeah. I was such a nerd with Harry Potter. Ano siya? Sobrang A student ko kasi talaga. Sobrang, I was your nerdy, straight A student. Pero, naalala ko, isa yan sa mga napagalitan ako. Kasi instead of, parang, di ba may workbook?
Yeah.
Kunwari, nagbabasa kayo, di ba?
Andun yung Harry Potter.
Merong libro na Harry Potter doon. Ganon. Tapos I think how I got into reading was my mom is really more, parang reader talaga yung mom ko. Parang marami siyang Sidney Sheldon, mga
Did you ever do
John Grisham?
John Grisham. Did you ever read Sweet Valley?
I am more of your Goosebumps. Goosebumps Archie.
Kasi nga power, eme. Kaya ako, Sweet Valley, romance, real life. Yeah. Well, how I got into reading was, our librarian gave us the library card, yung library card orientation. Tapos nalaman ko, pwede ako mag-borrow ng books? Grabe. Tapos after nun, every year ako merong penalty. Kasi nakakalimutan. Kasi I keep forgetting to return it. And then nawawala ko, bilang burara, nawawala ko yung book ko. Tapos parang, hindi ko alam, magkano, 200 pesos, that's a lot, Parang kakapanik yun. I think doon nag-start yung financial illiteracy ko. Kasi 200 pesos. Diyos ko, ako, grade 1? 200 pesos. Diyos ko, 20 nga lang baon. It's 200.
Paano na yun?
Wala,
Ganun talaga.
Binayaran ko rin.
Uy,
Mommy.
Sorry, Mom. Ayan. So, anyway, moving forward. So, yan ang ating mga fiction. Ito na. Alam kong inaabangan nyo itong mga
self-help.
Self-help. Ito na.
Yeah, okay. So, you go first. What's your first recommendation?
I talked about this on my social media already. Pero, yun nga, sabi ko, ang isa sa mga pinaka-shooketh akong self-help book for 2023 was Winning by Tim Grover. So, it's about parang excellence, parang ano talaga siya, parang it's not your typical self-help book. Kasi 'di ba yung self-help book, it's more parang gracious and know your power, ganyan, be
ano to?
okay with, yun talaga, parang
Intense.
intense siya. Kasi si Tim Grover is parang coach ni Michael Jordan and ni Kobe Bryant. So,
Oh.
ano siya, it's not a typical self-help book. It's more of like a punch in the gut self-help book na parang
Talaga?
no one will understand you. You will feel alone if you are, hindi naman siya yung tipong doon, ano. Kasi sometimes when you are looking at one particular goal, na ikaw pa lang yung andon, you sometimes will feel alone. Tapos parang doon niya in-emphasize na if you are wanting excellence, if you want to be top tier, to be number one, sometimes going to be hard. It's sometimes going to be excruciating, and you have to accept that. Tapos parang it was more of like a warm hug from my mom.
Talaga?
Na parang it's okay, people understand. Hindi lang ikaw yung nito. Parang it's more of when you are up there, di ba?
Lonely.
Na it sometimes tend to get lonely. Tapos nandun siya sa librong yun. Parang doing what it takes to win. And that's Tim Grover. Ano siya, iba talaga. Pati yung pagkasulat, madam eh.
Talaga?
Performance coach siya. That's hindi siya yung performance coach siya ni Michael Jordan and ni Kobe.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it also parang more of entrepreneurship and then being with athletes. Training. So yan, feeling ko ma-appreciate mo siya.
Bye.
Tapos madam, usually parang mga 2 weeks, matatapos ko na yung 2 weeks agad na yun. Matagal nang basa yun. Pero ito, kahit sa sobrang na shushukes niya ka, madam, I was so very moved.
Yeah.
To a point na I'll leave it. I'll pause. I'll journal.
Yeah.
Ganon.
You know, that's the kind of self-help book na I know is really affecting me because I have to like, hold on. I need to write that down.
Kasi usually with Kindle or Kobo, right? You just highlight it and
so
I'm
okay.
good. Pero parang wait lang. Kailangan ko tong isulat. Kailangan ko tong i-process. And then I go back to the book after 2 to 3 days. Ganun katagal. So, I loved it so much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, a book that had that effect on me, it was something I finished recently, actually. So it's on my 2023 list. It's on my 2024 list. Ego is the Enemy.
Ryan Holiday.
Yeah. So Ryan Holiday is the one who's really well known for talking about Stoicism. And Ego is the Enemy is like a pillar of that, of Stoicism. And oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I scheduled a tattoo appointment this time because I want to get it tattooed on my skin. So basically, it's about your ego, right? And your ego being the one thing that hinders you from being successful, for being your best self. And I guess it was a lesson that really resonated with me because 2023 was so hard. And parang it's different na eh. Iba-iba siyang concepts. It's not just ego itself na kalaban mo siya. It's also like, ano ba yun? When you're complacent, that's your ego working. Kasi feeling mo hindi ka pwedeng matalo. Or feeling mo, it's never gonna get hard for you. Feeling mo, feeling mo indispensable ka. Feeling mo walang makakapalit sa'yo, ganyan. Tapos parang ako like shocked. Like even though I thought I was already humble, like, oh my gosh, like I've had ego lead my life for some parts of it na parang, I had so many lessons from it na just like you, I had to stop and journal. And sometimes I'm in the car because I listen to it on Audible. So it's the author himself that's narrating it. And it was fine. Pero like sometimes, biglang, papatigil ako parang pause. And then I'm like, i-record ko sa voice recorder ko. Sabi like, sabi ni ganyan. Tapos, I want to remember it because I don't want to forget the lessons and I want to be able to read back on them and realize, Tsaka, these are all mga stories from real life leaders and people behind the scenes who contributed so much. So parang, there's like recognition is not always equal to success.
Yeah.
Kasi I feel like I've always had that mindset na, I need to be the number one this, to do that, to have this sort of impact.
Yeah.
But then now it's like there's so much value in just doing the work na nakalimutan ko. I think in my heart of hearts I knew it,
Yeah.
but after reading that book, parang na-reinforce siya and it napunta siya sa front of my mind and it was really nice.
I like Ryan Holiday.
Yeah.
Stillness is the Key is also good.
Ooh,
Ryan
hindi ko pa
Holiday
yan.
din
And
siya.
then there's Courage is the
Courage is the
Way.
Way.
And then what's the other one?
Huh?
Discipline is Destiny. Discipline is Destiny. So all ay, alam mo, ito pa. You know, Ryan Holiday's team sent me Obstacle is the Way.
Ay, oo nga pala.
I got it in the
I
mail.
think I
Naka kay
saw
Simon right now.
that. Yeah.
Simon,
Oh,
padala next time.
diba?
Oo. Yeah, like, oh my gosh.
Obstacle is the Way is really, really good as well.
Sobra.
Para siyang medyo same theme ng winning.
Yeah, parang, shit, I want more. There's so much I want to demand from myself.
Mm-hmm.
While still being, calm and
Yeah.
and self-care vibes, whatever. Pero
Yeah.
there's just so much more untapped potential. Anyway, ayun, yun yung akin.
Ay.
What's next on your list?
One more self-help book. In terms of money naman, I like to recommend Happy Money by Ken Honda. So it's
Ken Honda.
Yeah, Ken Honda. Tapos parang dun yung shatter lahat ng limiting beliefs na hindi ka dapat mag-spend ng money because you have to save. It's more of like be happy spending your money because money is energy. So the more that you let money flow, it goes back to you.
Yeah.
Ganun. Hindi ko naman sinasabing mindlessly spend. Ano po,
Yeah.
baka mamaya. Sabi ni Rizza, happy money eh. Let's spend and spend. I mean, be mindful and be intentional of how you spend your money.
Yeah.
Yun yung parang context ng Happy Money ni Ken Honda. Parang money is energy. You have to let it flow.
Don't have this mindset of scarcity
Yeah.
na you hold it so close to you na
Abundance mindset.
natatakot ka kasi na baka hindi na siya dumating.
Mm-mm.
But you let it flow. You use it when you need it. You use it as a tool. But, you'll find you trust in your ability to make more.
Yeah.
Next one. I have two and I want to mention both kasi they're both biographies. There's one, Finding Me by Viola Davis and Becoming by Michelle Obama. And it's so inspiring. I really recommend if you want to read a biography, listen to it because it's narrated by the authors themselves. And grabe yung when they narrate their lives to you, nakaka-inspire siya talaga. Like Viola Davis went through so much as an actor, as an aspiring actor. The way she really fought out of poverty to get to where she is now, like ma-appreciate mo talaga how she's been able to create her own archetype in an industry where you have to be one kind of beauty to be a leading lady. And she became, alam mo yun, she became so much more than was ever expected of her. And she told that all sa book niya. And sobrang galing. The other one, Becoming by Michelle Obama, was their journey to becoming the first family. And ang dami ko ring lessons doon and na-realize ko how much she's had to put up with just to support her husband being the president of the United States. And dun ko medyo na-process yung being canceled, being in the public eye, dealing with notions about you that you can't control, na parang, kung kaya niya, and she had that much weight on her shoulders, then I was like, okay, kaya ko rin to. I love real life stories.
Yeah. Sige nga, download ko nga rin yan
It's
sa
so good,
Audible.
madam.
This
is sponsored by Audible. Charot!
Nagpa-practice
Baka
lang
naman.
kami.
Camp Confidence 15 for 15% off.
wala pa. In time.
In time. Manifesting.
Hey. Ako, last, madam. Ano naman to? Siguro, business naman. Business naman, I can recommend This is Marketing by Seth Godin. Ano siya? It really talks about how you differentiate yourself in a saturated market as a brand. And it's about elevating your story and brand story and how do you actually market na hindi siya, alam mo yun, na very mindful ka pa rin with what you post, what you say, how you market either yourself or your business.
I mean, I need it for myself because I'm like, That's a different ballgame, madam. And I think I'm learning that now as a content creator, that's a full-time content creator. Parang especially now that Miss Universe Philippines has died down for me, like the hype from that. Now it's like, okay, now how do I sustain my trajectory as a content creator? Oh my God, marketing. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Tsaka personal branding really does
Make a difference.
Right?
I have last 2 books. Ikaw, ilan pa?
I actually one na lang ako.
Okay, go. You can I can go. My next one is a writing book because diba, I was working on my novel, but I'm starting to think that might be something I want to let go. Update you guys, will update you. Pero kasi I've been struggling with my writing journey, especially novel writing. Kasi children's book, I found out so therapeutic and healing. Whereas the novel writing is just so intensive na like how do I do both, you know? Before nga, I had more stuff on my plate and I couldn't do it. Like now, inisip ko. But anyway, while I was trying to figure out that journey, I stumbled upon Stephen King's On Writing book. Yun yung name ng book, On Writing. It's his memoir and how, like, his lessons on writing, how he learned how to be a writer, his journey to becoming a writer, all the background story ng mga novels na na-publish niya. And it was so amazing. You know, this is something that I really recommend. If you want to break into a certain industry, find the best performing people in that industry. Look at their history.
Yeah.
If they have a book published, they have an interview that's up online. If they have a documentary, find that. Kasi the best way to learn about how to get there and also to reinforce the notion that it can be done is to see how successful people have done it. And that for me is Stephen King for writing. And grabe nakaka-amaze how dedicated he was to his craft na it wasn't really luck that brought him there. It was his persistence. And if you're persistent enough, you're going to eventually meet your lucky break. And if you're still persistent after that, you find a consistent and flourishing career. And even though my path to becoming a novelist may not be what I expected, I can still apply that lesson to different parts of my life. Being a content creator, being a host. And ayun, parang ang galing talaga, ang daming value talaga from learning from people who excel so well in their field.
Totoo yun. Actually, kapag kunwari may mga ganyan din ako, I interview them. Paano mo to nagawa? What's your strategy? Ganyan. If may interview mo siya.
Yeah.
Diba? So,
yeah, it's so helpful to do that.
yeah. Ako naman, the last book on my list it's called Edge by Laura Huang. So, para to sa mga madamhood natin na in case yung parang hindi mo pa alam yung footing mo with ano bang personal brand ko, ano bang gusto kong gawin, ganyan. Parang ano ba yung ikigai ko, yung parang something that someone pays me, something I love, ano yan, something that makes me happy. So, it's more of like a worksheet workbook that makes you realize what's your edge. What's your edge in the market? What's your edge as a person? So it's more of para siyang gina-guide ka nung book na yun. May mga activities, may mga worksheets, ganon. So,
I love worksheets. Yeah. Anything with a worksheet, so helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maganda siya.
Okay, my last book on this list is Talk to Strangers by Matt Dahlia. Do you know about Yes Theory? So it's a YouTube channel. It's one of the most successful YouTube channels, especially in the travel niche. Oh, I'm telling you, like this channel, I've been watching them for a long time, and lately lang ako nag-dive deep into their background, how they came to be. And basically, these are 4 individuals who founded the brand. And ang story nito, sinulat siya ni Matt Dahlia, one of those 4. Tapos, siya yung person na was gonna leave. He was a founder and now he decided to leave. But it's such, grabe, ang successful ng YouTube channel nila, number 1. The way they've elevated the brand so well and how they're so consistent about not only quality content, but the philosophy behind their content and their videos. and their friendship as well. And these are people from different backgrounds who just believe na if you say yes, there's just so many things that can happen. It's called talk to strangers because that's their philosophy of like meron sila isang video, they threw a party at a stranger's house in China. Imagine, they don't speak the language, they don't know people. Mga ganun yung mga videos nila. And it's like the way that they do their storytelling. And I guess for me, as somebody who's still figuring out the YouTube route, kasi parang for me, that's the thing that I've been trying to unlock. I want to figure out how to I want to figure out YouTube because TikTok, I've had my time there and I still love it. But to me, it's like second nature for me, TikTok. But YouTube has always been that elusive thing na gusto ko ma-figure out talaga. So reading this book was so helpful because again, just like the other books I mentioned, this is the story of how people got to where they are. And that's my favorite kind of self-help book. It's not just telling me what to do, but telling me how they did it.
Libro. It really translates, alam mo yun, parang
anong goal
transports
mo?
us. It transports us into different dimensions and alam mo yun.
Yeah.
Love book.
Anong goal mo for your book? Do you have a book count that you're targeting this year?
Not really, pero I have a list. I have a list. Meron pala akong chika, madam.
TBR list?
Yes.
Nice.
Meron TBR. Ito pala. I'm not sure if you're doing this, but after every time I read one book, I do a little book report of that particular book para lang to process what I learned from this book, my lessons, mga ganyan. And then, parang nasa Notion ko din to friends.
Nasa Notion?
Meron
May
akong
Goodreads ka
report.
ba?
Meron akong Goodreads,
Okay.
pero hindi ko siya masyadong ginagamit na talagang doon ako mag-review, ganyan. Wala.
Ayaw mo.
Parang it's more of nasa Notion ako. Kasi parang mas private. As a private girl. Wah! Ayan.
Low-key.
As a low-key.
Parang ka palang ex ko eh.
Oh. Ayun. So, nasa Notion siya, madam. Meron akong, I'll rate this from 1 to 10. Bakit ganyan? Ano mga natutunan ko? Tapos, di ba kapag sa Kindle, you can highlight them, then you can export the highlights. Tapos, ita-transfer ko dun sa Notion na yun. Tapos, parang, okay, I want to quote somebody, parang from this book. O, di ba? Meron akong database.
May database. Iba talaga Madam Rizza na to. Galing. Okay. Well, actually ako, my last year, my goal is 26 books because there's 52 weeks in a year and I wanted to do like one every 2 weeks. But then malapit ko na siya ma-achieve. I did I think 50 last year. I did not 23 ganon. 23, 24 last year.
Okay.
But I realized that I don't want to put that same pressure on myself because I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
And so binaba ko yung goal ko to 12. So I just need to do one book a month because even though I almost achieved it last year and I read so many books and I enjoyed it, ayoko yung lingering feeling of like pressuring me to like something I enjoy. Yeah, parang ayoko ma-disappoint just because I read 24 books instead of 26. Like, I don't want to feel that way anymore. So yeah, binaba ko lang siya to 12. At least one book a month is fine. Although I am sure I'm gonna read a lot more than that. Like 12 easy. Pero yun, okay na yung easy. But anyway, ayun lang. Mga madam, if you enjoyed this episode of Camp Confidence. And if you have recos for us,
please.
We'd love to see your we'd love to see your list of books for 2024 because alam ko naman mga readers din kayo and I'm sure I have space on my TBR. So I don't know whether you probably wala ka na space sa TBR mo. But I'd love to learn more. And if you want to share that, tag us at Camp Confidence Radio, at Ayn Bernos, and at Rizza Lana.
And please don't forget to rate us at least minimum 5 stars.
5 stars.
Madama. Yeah.
Thank you so much again for watching. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys. Stay confident.